What's up, y'all? It's your girl Miracle alongside with her co-host
Creole Barbie.
and today's topic is how trauma destroys a potential relationship.
Definitely.
So sis, I'm gonna let you dive right on in what you think this is about.
Trauma and how it can affect a potential relationship or just any relationship, period. A lot of times people tend to dig deep when it comes to getting into a relationship. One thing I noticed that everybody should not do is trauma bonding.
That's right.
If you're already going through something yourself and you have that past hurt that you need to heal from, I feel like it's not okay to go ahead and try to find someone else that's experiencing that same exact pain.
That's right.
It's gonna be like two mad people getting together and clashing. It's just not gonna work.
That's right. So, I had to get like sis.
Okay.
And I had to do my research.
That's right.
Well, first and foremost, I really feel like this is my own opinion. This didn't come from anybody. I feel like it also destroys the potential for closeness, trust, and emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
And this came from me. Trauma also can lead to anxious attachments, avoiding attachments, and also disorganized attachments. And I have a key point for each one. You want me to read them off?
Go ahead and spill it on us.
So for example, y'all, the number one is the one I placed first was anxious attachments, where someone becomes clingy, fearful, or abandonment, and highly dependent of a partner for validation. We see that a lot.
Yes.
Because a lot of people that have trauma, they have a lot of separation anxiety.
But you know what? I feel like because of that, that's how a fatal attraction is formed.
That's right.
A lot of people end up in bad situations with people not actually realizing those are the signs of a person with those characteristics traits.
That's right.
So you don't want to find yourself dead, because I've been there before with someone like that.
That's right.
They had separation anxiety. They felt like they just couldn't understand why people were leaving them in relationships. But instead of actually taking a step back and saying, well, why am I getting left by every girl I come across?
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, you can be a good man. You can do everything right. But those key points by itself can sometimes just kill the whole relationship.
That's right.
It's
That's
not
right.
even savaging.
That was a good one. That was a good way to express anxiety.
Yes.
So the second one was avoiding attachment. Do you know what avoiding means?
So avoidance is meaning that you don't want to be attached to someone.
Like you meet a person that's real nonchalant, just standoffish, real negative, and it's not because they want to be, it's trauma. So I also came up with the perfect example for avoiding attachment. Avoiding attachment means like pushing other people away to avoid vulnerability.
Yes.
I thought that was a big one.
That's the best one.
Because when you're trying to avoid something as far as like love, happiness, even peace, a peace of mind, if you have trauma, it's hard to attach yourself to anything. That's why it's called avoiding attachment.
I feel like if you know you're going through that avoidance stage in your life, something that you should not do is entertain people.
That's right.
Because what you're doing is actually setting up false hope for individuals.
That's right.
That one day you guys will be into relationships. And
that's right.
People look up, a year go by.
And you're being avoided by fear.
Yes. And remember last week we talked about missing your mark.
Yes.
Okay, so there's an individual that I actually dealt with for 2 years. And they were going through that avoidance phase in their life. But they waited so long. And in fact, they even admitted to me, like, I knew you were a good person.
Yeah.
I knew you were the person that I could have potentially married.
That's right.
But because I was so stuck in my ways of avoiding a relationship, not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to love, still holding on to past hurt, they missed their mark because people move on.
That's right.
And it's okay to move on. Don't invest your time in something and that person isn't ready.
That's right.
And we all have to wake up and realize that it's important.
Smell the coffee.
Definitely.
Don't attach yourself to something when you're just going to be avoiding. And I thought that was a good key point as to why I put it down.
That was a damn good key point.
So y'all, I got one more key point that kind of sums up trauma. The last one was disorganized attachment. And what I mean by that was, because I've summed it up, y'all, creating unstable dynamics, whether it be environment, relationships, situationships, even like if you're in school, even as a kid, when you're disorganized, and that's a bad attachment. Let alone, because see, trauma can cause your brain to be very disorganized.
Yes.
Like bad. And when you have trauma and you don't recognize that you have the trauma, it causes a lot of problems.
It does.
So I also asked a couple of people that I knew, because I wanted to see how other people felt, not just my opinion. And I like the fact to hear from other people, like, you know, what they thought or what they think this means, because everybody thinks differently.
They do.
So the audience said, any bad past experience that you still hold on to and it could affect you. And that's what most of them said.
Yes.
And trauma is very dangerous, especially when you're not trying to be better. That's the best way to say it. The main point that we're trying to make today is make sure that you go and heal. Or if you already in a situation and you know you need some help, it's okay to speak up and say, I need help. Nothing is wrong with wanting help. Nothing is wrong with seeking God. Nothing is wrong with seeking meditation. Shout out to D-Lo, because he was the one that said, seek meditation, seek God.
Definitely.
And I couldn't get over the fact that he said that.
Well, I feel like this. When you had said the whole spiel about disorganized, disorganized can come from dysfunction.
That's right.
That's the root of dysfunction.
That's right.
And a lot of times we put ourselves in dysfunctional situations and can't understand how we got in those situations.
That's right.
And it's even worse when you got kids that are involved in a dysfunctional household, a dysfunctional life of how you live in. And so I feel like a lot of times we do have to take accountability.
That's right.
But a lot of things that I feel like when it comes to our communities, minorities, we don't want to get mental health.
That's right.
You know, mental health is important. Seeking a therapist, going to counseling, fixing things, healing those past traumas and getting better as a person.
That's right.
That's number one. Why are you continuing to walk around every day knowing there's an issue, but you're too lazy?
Or you got too much pride.
Or pride.
To just say, let me put it to the side and go get some help so I can be a better version of me.
Exactly. And parents sometimes need to even see that within their kids. Because these kids, when they grown one day, and you're going to wonder why they can't
They walk around being destructive.
Yeah, or hateful and just in
standoffish, like that, avoiding attachment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it goes deep. And even with Jada, because you know how Jada is with Will.
Yeah.
That's past trauma.
She don't want to be happy.
You know, I feel like it's just past trauma of not getting the help.
That's right.
When you go so long in life in that routine and you used to live in that way, you're stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
And you can't see what's in front of you until it's too gone and until it's gone. And then sometimes you may not ever see it in front of you.
Right. Because you don't want to.
Yes.
So pretty much this is what I wrote to sum that up. No, that was all I wrote. But what I basically want to say to sum this up is, do not become attached to anything until you attach yourself to seek help. Because everybody has trauma. I had trauma. I'm sure Sis had trauma. Anybody had trauma, you know, as a child, whether it be childhood, teenagehood, adulthood. Trauma carries on. And no matter what, even if you go on day by day by day and you go to sleep and you wake up, you still gonna have the same problems lying right there on your pillowcase if you don't deal with them. So moral of the story is, just be mindful, guys. You don't know what people are going through. Be mindful that trauma is very serious.
It is.
Be mindful that people do need to seek therapy and seek God. I also would say, get to know yourself better and love on yourself and know that everything is going to be okay, no matter what. Because let me tell y'all something, it ain't nothing that God can't do. So that right there will close out this topic. That was a good topic. I'm glad we was able to touch base with that. And I want to do more of, you guys commenting under the videos. I appreciate you to those that have been commenting and liking and sharing. Because I love when I can engage with my audience and you can ask me something or to even tell me your opinion. We appreciate that.
Definitely.
So I guess that closes that out. Without further ado, we'll be on to the next topic. Just sit tight, hang in there, and stay tuned. Sisterhood Convos.